back to normal.
Let's get back to normalcy, all right?
Yeah. Have you been looking at the EOs?
Some what?
Some EOs. EOs.
No.
All right. Let me pull this chart up.
What is this?
Oh, you'll see.
You're not even sharing your screen.
I will be.
Eat O's.
Eat those O's, baby. So, O's has been doing decent. My P&L, let me flex this real quick. Nice little 59 ADA. Ooh.
Look at him.
Ooh, look at that. 118%. Usually it's opposite negative 118%.
Hey, it's BlindGirl.
Oh my God. You can watch me? How you doing, BlindGirl? But yeah, so Ito's is a meme coin made by one of the Sneck whales. I guess his name is like Sneckbeard.
Okay.
Don't know if you've heard of him. I never heard of him. Took somebody's word for it. Bought it when it was like here, and then watched it go up. Sold it around probably same price. Made a little 2x off of it. You know, kept it moving. Threw in 50 ADA. I had to go back to my rule set because I lost 130 ADA real quick on a rug, and I was like, okay.
Did you?
Gotta go. Yeah, I got to go back to my 50 ADA rule set until things start popping again. You know, so I took a gamble, and once again, dude, I am so happy. I'm gonna shit on Jupiter's group a little bit, bro. Every time I go in there and there's a good meme coin, they're like, "Oh, this is a rug, don't buy it." And then I'll go into the Snack Fund Discord if I do that even at all, or I'll listen to them and I won't buy it, and it'll go up like crazy. And then the ones that they do tell me to buy, they will get so fucking oversold as soon as they say to buy it. It'll just get dropped on a dime. Like, I cannot listen to Jupiter's chat anymore. That chat is a giant L. They just make me lose every time. So the Snack Fund Discord was a big win for me. They were the ones who called this play out. They were the ones who talked about Ito's being legit. They were the ones who called that shit like early on, back over here.
Yeah.
So shout outs to them. They have a bit more non-biased stuff. And I get it. You know, I mean, I looked at it and I immediately want to call it a rug too. I mean, you got like a Pac-Man dude eating O's. It's kind of like a basic name, but it's all about the dev. It really is.
Yeah, it is. That's it. It's just the vibe of it. That's it. Eat O's.
Eat O's.
Looking pretty good.
Fucking ads. Here I am. Let's go. Foddy paying my bills. Thank you, bro.
Foddy. Killing it. I love it.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. So what you been up to, man? In the crypto sphere?
In the crypto sphere, been just kind of watching things, you know. I knew this was going to happen. I got to a point where the market went down and then it would sharply go up and then it would go down and then it would sharply go up. And every single time I was like, okay, I'm glad I bought the dip. I'll buy a little bit more. And then it'd go down and then I'd be like, okay. And I buy the dip and then it sharply go up and I'd be like, okay, I'll buy a little more. And I get too excited. And I realized, I was like, dude, all of this is bullshit. Trump's just going to tweet something. The market's going to go right back down. And then, you know, it's going to then go right back up and then go right back down. So I would just kind of sidestep the whole market. I was like, I'm done with this. I just don't care. Just show me a bull market again. Once I see that we're in a bull, I'll start making plays again.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as soon as I have that mentality, about a week goes by and boom, we're back into not a bull market necessarily, but if you look at the charts, they're doing well. Like, we'll go look at the S&P 500. We'll go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been breaking out the last few days, which is pretty sick.
Yeah.
So I wasn't here last week and the week before and the week before that. So all these chart lines look like crazy shit. I had my best friend he drove down for my mom's 60th birthday.
Yeah.
For Saturday and surprised us all. So that was really sick. And he started drawing some other lines that he was looking at because he wanted to see, like, all the way back here, if we were to keep those lines, like, where would we be? Right. And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. I never really thought to do that. I just kind of make like new lines. So it looks a little gibberish, you know, a lot of lines. I know it's annoying, but we kind of talked about how we could easily fall into this big range. And that could kind of be normal because that's kind of like where we were on a steady pace before we got all the crackety crack.
Yeah.
You know, all the inflation and printing $3 trillion worth of money, stimulus checks. This is where we would kind of be if all that didn't really happen.
Yeah.
So I sold a few things. I sold 1 share of Apple, 2 shares of Tesla, 10 shares of Palantir. But like all companies, I'm up well over a 2x on.
Right.
So I was just kind of taking profits. I have 100 shares, had 100 shares of Palantir. I was up 6x on Palantir. So I felt like I had to take profits there.
Yeah.
And now I have like 2K, 2.5K, just kind of waiting for another dip if we get it. But I'd also be really happy to just go back into a bull. So like, I feel like I'm well positioned now because I don't care if we go up, and if we go down, I have a bunch of money that I'm willing to buy the dip on.
Well, from what it looks like, you're going to be sitting sideways for a little while.
Yeah, we very well could be.
You know,
Bessent, he had his, he was talking about how Trump's going to be making a deal with China, but they haven't had any talks yet. So the market just starts ripping, and you're just like, bro, they haven't even had a talk yet. And then here we are. If you look, like, I think Robinhood will be an easier depiction of like the day.
China is hurting right now. Like, there's, I don't know how. Okay, I probably shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, they are.
They showed like these manufacturing people were like releasing reels and stuff like that, and they're like, we had to shut down the whole factory because we don't even have boxes to ship the product.
Yeah, they got all their orders basically canceled on a dime when the tariffs went up. And it makes sense. Nobody in America is going to pay 150% tariff.
Yeah.
No way we don't get a pullback from this. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. What's up, Andrew?
I think so too. I think there's going to be, like Trump said, there's going to be some hurt. There's going to be more hurt, but like long-term wise, this is going to help.
At the same time, though, we don't have to have a dip from this. I just feel like we will. So I'm more bullish than I am bearish, but I'm also more sideways than I am anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't feel bearish, but I don't really feel bullish. I feel like the obvious or the more likely thing to happen is maybe to like bounce in this line for a while sideways.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Bitcoin, though, has been killing it, which is why there's meme coins actually doing stuff now.
This guy went long. He was like 88K Bitcoin.
Who went long?
This guy on Twitter.
Some random dude.
So he's like, and this happens within the next 2 days. So either I'm gonna get completely like broke, or I'm gonna be right and make a shit ton of money. There's no either or, is what he said. So,
I mean, that's the way to play crypto.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're still below the line. Not that this trend line is really anything, and not that crypto ever fucking follows trend lines, but it's there. It's a line. China is doing good. They are doing new deals with Europe and the other world. I think they're doing better, but I think they still do most of their deals with the United States. That is,
we buy so much shit from them.
Yeah,
like wasteful spending, essentially. That's what we do. But
even if they were to do deals with Europe, it would still take a few months, if not like half a year to a year, maybe multiple years for them to like really get going. So it's going to hurt them short term if they don't make a deal with us, because we already have products and trade lines set up. We shouldn't get a dip, but market manipulators make more on the up and down. Yeah, traders too. Like I was telling my brother this too. Like he was like, "Why are we up so much yesterday?" And I was like, "Dude, we were down so much the day before. Like this is just traders doing trader things,
Yeah.
Like I don't necessarily think everything is manipulation, but there definitely is."
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends in China, CN stocks. I sold all my China stocks too, by the way. I sold all my Baba. I had an ACMR stock, which I really liked. I'll show y'all ACMR. They're based in California. They clean chips and wafers, all that sort of stuff, and then they get them ready to ship back out to either like AMD or Micron, whoever's going to use them to create stuff.
Right.
And there's a bunch of these different types of companies that do this for chips. This is just one of the newer ones. And once they're a part of a group, right? Like let's say they've been working with AMD, right, for like 2-3 years. They kind of have it all figured out. Their sizes are down. Think of it like a molding for your teeth, right? Like you get the mold for your teeth, that takes a few weeks, and then you get your braces or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Your grill, whatever. So they kind of have like the molding down for these companies. So these companies stick around for a very long time once they're in with a company. And I really liked ACMR, but they do like 95% of their business in China. So that's like the only thing that kind of has me hesitant. I bought this stock also on a Nancy Pelosi. Like she bought some the other day, or I think it was like 6 months ago or something. But
Okay.
That's why I held it. I made 2%. I just got the hell out of there. Me and my friend were talking for a while. He was showing me, nobody wants to hear this, so I'm not going to do it for too long. But if you look at the S&P 500, there's been multiple 10-year periods where we go sideways. And we haven't had that in a while. But it's not even really scary to think about because I don't buy the S&P. But I think it was like 2000 to 2012, something like that. Yeah, like so this is 2000.
Yeah.
And then all the way to about right here, about 12 years later, we're finally starting to break up higher.
Well,
right?
yeah, but the thing is, we also had like a housing crisis, which I think you can see right on there.
Yep, 2008.
401ks tanked, the whole 9 yards. It was just insane time for manufacturing. It was very bad.
Right.
Very, very bad.
Individual stocks did well, during this period as well. So
right, but now it's like, well, what's up, Meek Visions? Okay. But like what stocks do you think are going to come out of this? You know what I mean? In the same way that, like, let's say Amazon really took off and other things like that, right?
I really feel like most stocks will come out of this. It's just I do think there's also better stocks to have during these periods.
Right.
So, like, I've been really big on SoFi inside of the Discord. I've been telling Keith, I've been telling him to buy SoFi. I have 2 SoFi call options expiring in 2027, just leaps way out. I'm up about 57% on those, so like $309, not bad. But I'll be holding those for a long time, dude. SoFi is going to have earnings on the 29th. They've been doing more and more deals with Blue Owl. So I think their recent deal was like 3.2 billion. And then before that, they had like a 2.1 billion. So I think they have 5 billion total from Blue Owl, maybe even 12 billion somewhere. I forget how it all plays out. I watched a few videos, so like my head's kind of jumbled with all the information. But SoFi is like they pick their customers very carefully. So they're not like a massive growth company, but their risk of defaults on their loans are very low.
Yeah.
And the Fed is going to have to lower rates. Absolutely have to. We can even go look at, what's it called? The Fed rate tool. And we can see they're not likely to lower rates in May.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy. Because that's what they said they were going to do before Trump took office. So, yeah, these are the estimates for the 7th of May. And it's a 5%, less than a 5% chance that they lower rates. So
that's
not going to lower rates. Then if we go to June, we can see there's over a 60% chance that we're going to lower in some capacity. So that's great if it stays, because it constantly changes.
Well, yeah, if it just means inflation, right? So it's like once you kind of get inflation under control, that's when
inflation has been under control, though. Everybody's really worried about tariffs right now, and they think that that's going to cause more inflation, which in the short term, it actually causes deflation because nobody's buying anything at those prices.
Right.
So we'll have to really see. But the more you kind of go out into the future, you can see we are definitely going to be lowering rates this year. That's my opinion. Like whether it's once, twice, 3 times, for a fact, we'll be lowering rates. So, over the course of this year, SoFi is going to be doing at least better than what it's doing now. And on top of that, Trump has gotten rid of the anti-crypto bill that was there. So SoFi is going to be able to reopen its crypto trading. That's going to be a massive form for them. And then just on top of the student loan business is coming back.
Yeah.
Because Biden's out of office, thank God. So there's a lot coming for SoFi. I am super bullish on SoFi over the next 2 years.
So with the student loans, if they're in default or deferment and stuff like that, and you start not making payments on it, they'll start garnishing wages and stuff like that. It's kind of, I wouldn't call it invasive. I just feel like it's
it's a bit.
I mean, because I think student loan payments are completely different than child support payments. Garnishing wages for child support payments or some sort of medical bill, I I could probably see that, or some sort of like court ordered thing. But like student loans, nah. I mean, I take them seriously. Mine are paid off, right? Like they're done. I mean, I had to pay so much freaking money. You're talking like $1,700 a month in student loans, dude.
Damn. I mean, personally, I have a fuck ton of student loan debt. It was 62,000 when it started. Now I think it's at 52-ish. It's kind of lower. But it's painful, dude. Looking at those, I refinanced. I had 11% interest because it was through Sally Mae so that I could go to England. And I refinanced through SoFi. So another reason why I love SoFi. It was so easy to get my loan for that money. And then they gave me only 5.2% interest on that. They less than halved my interest.
Which is good. That's very good.
And that was years ago. And they've improved so much since then. So I really like SoFi. I know this is all, crypto stuff, but, crypto I think is a bit harder to play. We do have ADA up 10% today, though. Right. That's crazy.
That is good to see. I mean, a bunch of people are turning on Charles, that's for sure.
For what?
Oh, just saying he's weak and like not a good leader and too emotional.
And Vitalik is any better?
Too emotional.
Whatever.
And stuff. So I'm just like, okay, well, it's fine or whatever,
Yeah. FUD all you want. I'll keep buying dips.
Yeah.
I don't care at all. After I've seen some of the stupid things Vitalik has done and all these other things, the Solana people just like shit on everybody, telling themselves that they're the best in the world. Like you're going to justify whatever chain you're going to buy anyways.
Right. Correct. That's my bags, bro.
Yeah. I just don't care. I'm so over everybody telling me, oh, you should have bought this coin. This is dumb, or this is great, or this, whatever. We've been here so long.
Yeah.
We've heard it all a million times.
No, 100%. 100%. Even in just like, what? 7 years.
It's been a minute.
7 years, man. That's nuts.
It's been a minute.
That's crazy. But, man, NFTs are coming back huge. I don't know if you saw, like, just crazy amounts of.
Oh man, I have not.
I'm just kidding. They're not.
Oh damn!
It's over with. It's over.
You got me.
Somebody.
Yeah. Look at Space Buds though. 765. What?
Yeah, Space Buds. Somebody swept like 30 of them.
Damn. I knew I should hold. Yeah. I'm still holding. I got my 2, maybe 3. I think only 2. I still got my clays that were definitely worth a lot more months ago.
Yeah. It's been really hard not to buy, believe it or not, an Aeonium Sky.
I don't know if I believe in Aeonium Sky anymore.
Really?
It's been forever since they've done anything.
No, he had the...
They're doing the new 10K collection.
No, it's not 10K.
No?
No. What is it?
Let me look this up.
What are they called? What are they called?
The blocks?
No, not the blocks. I like the blocks. Those things are so cool.
They're dope.
They're
just now worthless.
Dude, what is it?
I'm going into their Discord. Let me check.
They're like the profile, like the ninjas.
Yeah, the PFPs.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing it in drops just like the blocks.
Yeah, what are they called?
They're called Digimonks.
Digimonks, that's right. It was hard for me not to kind of get into one of these.
I don't know, man.
I like them.
I'll share the link, or I'll share the whatever it's called. Go to this. Go to window. No, entire screen.
My Nami become a lace wallet.
They're cool, right? But I don't know, man. I just don't see anything happen with NFTs. Yeah, agreed, Foddy. Agreed.
NFTs are dead. That is true.
I don't have student loans. However, I feel they shouldn't be moving the goalpost during the game. The United States has failed its population by turning education into a profit for business. Yeah, that's definitely true, too. I'm glad that he took away the funding for Harvard. Fuck Harvard. Haven't been on a JPEG in a long time, and my Nami became... Yeah, I know, man. I am not I wasn't a fan of Lace Wallet. I'm still not really, but it's okay. What's up, Voodoo?
I mean, if you had to do it all over again, would you have gone to college?
I only went to college for my parents. I wouldn't have gone to, if I had to do it all over again. I don't know. I do believe in the way that the world works is that you're meant to like go throughout your whole journey. And the fact that I was able to go to England and meet so many dope people, and then I wasn't very motivated. I'm still not the most motivated person in the world, but getting myself in debt, let me tell you, I am pretty fucking motivated, you know? So I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It is what it is. I would not go to college though. If I could like keep all the knowledge, all the friends, all that, and I didn't go to college, I wouldn't go to college.
Yeah. I think it's good for like, when my wife wanted to continue what she was doing, and kind of move up a rung, she did have to like get a certain degree, right? Which unfortunately caused us to again spend like another 20K or whatever to get that. But it's like now she's like in that she's using her degree, right? And so will it pay off? I don't know. She started a brand new job. And she got a raise of like 25K, which is good. I can mess with that. I asked her, dude, can I go to part-time? Kind of drop to like 20 hours a week. Is that what's going on? And she declined. But like, I don't know. There were a lot of good memories in college, but dude, like I've always known that I just want to make pizza.
Yeah.
You don't need a degree to make pizza, dog. Like it's helped me business wise, right? Like connect with other business owners and like different business majors and other things like that through Cranner. But like all in all, like I could have saved that money, dog. A
little Dickie song, save that money.
Yeah. What are we looking at here?
This is just Ada. I figure we keep the Ada chart up while we talk.
Yeah.
Because I normally keep up other things, and we're all about Ada. And it's a nice day. We got some green candles. We could easily come back down a little bit, and then boom, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to go right back to $19,000, and we're all going to be rich. But
exactly. I think I don't know. I've aired some of my grievances with Ada. I feel like the Africa thing was like a little misleading. I thought like, yes, like, did I run with it a little bit? The information that they gave me, absolutely. Like, because I think with crypto in general, or you're thinking like, this is going to be adopted by the entire world. Everything's going to be great. Like blah, 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 sunshine and rainbows. Right. And like, I took the Ada, the Africa news, and I was like, dude, this is so awesome, because I feel like they had a somewhat of a vision for it, but then come to find out, I don't even know what we're doing right now as far as that stuff goes.
Yeah. I also just don't think anybody would really care if the price of Ada was skyrocketing. Nobody would be mad about anything. They'd just be like, I knew it was a good idea. Like, even if Hydra
happened this way,
right? Like if Hydra never comes and Cardano goes to $5-10, like nobody's gonna care. Yeah. And if Hydra does come at the same time that we're about to reach $5, everybody would be like, "See, I told you, we were all waiting on Hydra." Like, we put too much emphasis on price and the things that'll lead us there. Yeah. I really just think it's gonna, for crypto, eventually that's gonna be a thing. It's going to be like, what is the new best thing that's leading us to a higher price, right? Just like, you're like, oh, the new iPhone's coming out. Tesla's going to have a new car coming out. They're lowering the price. Like, okay, yeah. But right now, crypto is all hype. Yeah. Nobody truly gives a fuck about what we're building, right? Yeah. The people online, or the people on their TVs watching sports, gambling on, whoever to hit a home run this next pitch, they don't care. They see crypto, they want to, gamble a little bit. That's what most people are doing.
Right. I think people just want to see money go up, right? Like that's just the way it is, right? Like, so, and they'll buy anything. We'll like buy anything as long as the price is right and like it looks like it's trending upwards, right? Like then we'll start getting into it or whatever. And then unfortunately, that's probably when we should probably sell. But still, like, you know.
I mean, look at GameStop. Nobody really is going to GameStop. Nobody's been to a GameStop in the
Shut
last
up,
10
dude.
years.
Listen, okay? I was in an outdoor mall and there was a GameStop there. Okay.
I went one time for the one time.
And I bought a new controller just because
Fair.
I didn't want to buy it online because this one had 0 stick drift. And I was like, great. But yeah, other than that, like I haven't been to GameStop in forever. And like I own shares of that stuff. So
right. But what I'm saying is everybody's kind of buying for the same narrative, even in stocks now. Like GameStop, you're buying because of the potential short squeeze, because it'll force other people to buy, and then you can sell the top. Like nobody's buying because they think, you know, I'm just going to hold this for years.
Right.
So
I don't know. I think that I still like Ada a lot. I go to Solana and it's just kind of like our place is toxic for sure, but their place is like I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like toxic. They got their own memes and stuff, and like
Solana is difficult, dude. It's all telegrams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it's nice to go. That's why I've been saying this. I think it's really nice to be able to go into a Discord. Now the Discord is Snack Fun. There's a few others like Jupiter's group, but you go in there and you kind of know what you're looking for. You're looking for a Charles meme. You're looking for something backed by one of the Snack supporters. You're looking for something along those lines. And it all makes sense. But the Solana stuff just doesn't make sense. It's like, oh, the name Trump because he's going to win, you know? And it's just like, okay, well, I guess we'll buy Trump coin because he's about to be president. And then the next coin comes out and it's just like some random meme from like 14 years ago I've never heard of. And it's going crazy. It just doesn't make sense. It's a bunch of rich people pumping it, and I don't know how it works at all. I'm a firm believer that it's just rich people that hit up a few people that they know after they've got their bags, and they dump on everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that plenty of times before.
I don't think it's a community thing where everybody comes together and is having a great time.
No.
You know, you go into those places and they're screaming the N-word at each other. Like, it's just toxic as shit. It's money for money's sake at Solana.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I kind of miss the NFTs thing. Not that it's ever going to happen, but like you felt like it was like community or whatever, and you could buy a cool PFP and you were like that PFP, and it was kind of like a fun thing to be a part of. Even
still though, like, oh, I'm holding on to these clays because Snoop Dogg is a part of it, you know? And it's just like, what is Snoop Dogg going to do? Well, he'll make a track with his son. Okay, but how is that going to help? It's not. He's going to
fucking smoke weed is what he's going to do.
He's going to take your money. He's going to say it's great. You know, he'll go in the helicopter with Charles. But BlindGirl, you best degree score in psychology studies, also 1 year in speech therapy studies in Germany. It was all for nothing. They didn't ask for my degree because they knew I knew the language. That's essentially it too. Like if you know how to program, you don't need to show them that you have like a degree. Yeah. You can go into the interview and be like, oh, I've been programming, and they'll ask you to do a few things. And if you can do it, then boom.
And they'll definitely know whether you know your shit or not.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep.
You know, that's just like with anybody, even in the dumb shit that I do. I can tell whether you've cooked before or whether you know how to make a fucking pizza or what goes into it, you know?
Yeah.
Like once you get specialized, like you get to know your shit.
Should have invested in Ada. Depends on when you did it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But my first bit of Ada was in 2019.
Let's see. When was that? What was the price? 2019.
Oh man, I was at like 13 cents, bud.
Oh, damn. I got in at
6 months ago. We were at 25. You know, so.
I know. Like my $500 buy at 25 cents felt so good. I was like, I'm gonna be so rich. I just wish I put in like 20 grand.
Yeah.
I just didn't have it. Let's see. So you got in around like here.
Then massive run up.
Man, that's crazy.
Unlike anything I've seen.
Wild. Zero profits?
Me?
Yeah, zero profits. Didn't sell
I'm holding. So I bought a little over 50,000 ADA at that time.
So at one point you had 150K, you didn't take no profits?
No. not at all.
I feel you. I didn't either.
Well, like I said, even when I said back then, it's for me, it's like, where are we going to be at in 10 years? That's what I want to know. Right now, it's kind of like, well, do I hold true to that? I mean, it's literally just been sitting there.
I feel like I have more of a trader's mentality now than I ever have, though. So, like, if I see another run up, like, yes, I am going to sell.
Yeah.
Because I am expecting a dip. Will the dip come this time? Maybe not, because crypto is becoming a real thing.
Yeah.
So maybe the dip doesn't happen this time, right? That's what we'll all tell ourselves when it's going up that high. But, I mean, even I'm starting to really become a trader. Like, I really am. I've never sold in my long term the amount that I've sold in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not even that much. It's less than, 7% of my entire portfolio. It's less than that, you know, and to me, I'm still like, that is so much, but I need money to buy the dips. And if I'm up so much, like I've watched Tesla, when I bought Tesla, I was up. It was something like 7 or 8x at one point. I was up on Tesla. And now because I kept averaging in and averaging in, I'm only up a 1.5x or 2.5x, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Like I need to start taking profits. Even that's why I sold some of my Palantir. I believe Palantir in 10 years is going to be one of the greatest plays I've ever done in my life. I have an average price of $15. It's at 101 right now.
Right.
I'm crushing it. Right.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean it's going to stay that way.
Are you buying at 30?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I told myself I'd buy at 50.
Okay.
So I really believe in Palantir. A lot of people are afraid that, they have too much exposure to our government and to our military and all that stuff. But that's a part of what makes me like them. That's a guaranteed buyer every single quarter.
Right.
And they're actually making companies more profitable and more efficient. And if you're looking for efficiency, the Department of Government Efficiency is what Doge is. Why would you get rid of Palantir?
Right.
You wouldn't. Out of all the things to cut out of the budget, Palantir would not be one of them. But that's just me, loving my bags. I love the fuck out of Palantir. I love Palantir so much.
Oh, 100%.
I have fallen in love with my bags. The thing you're not supposed to do.
I've heard them in the news, like pretty consistently, more recent. But, not as much as I see SoFi. SoFi's on like arenas and shit like that. You know what I mean?
So this year, SoFi started doing more spending on getting more customers, so like more marketing and stuff. And that's why they went down a little bit, but they're still like they're making a lot more money, but they're spending a lot more money too to like really amplify it. Because like I said, they've been playing it safe with the amount of people that they've been getting in. They've been playing it safe with, keeping it to where most of these people will actually pay off their loans.
Yeah.
But this year is going to be a growing of customers year. And then they've said that next year is going to be a growing of margins year. So they're going to stop marketing as much, if I had to assume, next year. Maybe. So between now and next year is going to be the largest growth, I think, that we've ever seen in SoFi. We'll find out. I'm super bullish on it. I love it. Can't tell me otherwise. I read all the comments and all these other people's YouTube videos. And, 90% of, or probably 60 to 50% are like, this stock is going down after earnings. Everybody's going to get crushed, and then all the others are just like, I'm so glad I just bought 7,000 more shares.
Yeah.
You just can't, you do your own research. You go with what you know. I bought a lot of Sol to trade. Sol blockchain is always down and fucked. Wasn't able to trade on hype coins as Melania. Blockchain went down. I don't know. I've tried trading on Sol. I've made a decent amount of money on Sol, honestly. I'm pretty much break even at this point. But I do think Sol has a lot of potential. It's just, I'm not like super hyped on it. It's whatever. Yeah. I hire off of portfolio of work versus resume. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
BlindGirl. I love that he calls you BlindGirl. That's hilarious. You have a space bud. Used to be 4K. Do you still have a space bud? I'm pretty sure you sold it. Lost of the chat is more fun. Read the comments to engage. Emoji fight. One rugged NFT, the best spammer on Enjoy. Are you talking about the Discord, Fadi? We do have a Discord. I'll shout out the Discord.
Shout out to Discord.
Yeah, we were doing a bunch of banter in the Discord earlier today.
Yeah.
It was fun. We had BlindGirl show up, and Fadi was talking about all the women that he has in the gym, and we're talking about the gym and getting our workouts in. It was a good time. was a good time, dude. I have this new workout I've been doing. My bis and tris day switched up, and my ab. What? All right. Well, admittedly, I wasn't doing abs. All right, but now I got an ab routine. Okay, and I'm loving it. I had abs today. All right, my stomach kind of hurts. It's a good hurt.
Yeah. See, I am not doing that per se. What I have is I downloaded this app because my daughter wanted me to. It's the Finch app, and it makes you do like daily routines and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It makes sure that I'm, drinking my water, walking, taking deep breaths to kind of like fucking not want to die, and yeah, it's cool. I like it. So it kind of, you get this little digipet to take care of or whatever, and it kind of talks to you or whatever. It's all right.
So you have to walk for something else or you'll kill it.
No. I walk just for fun. It reminds me like, hey, take a walk. Okay. You know what I mean?
Because I was thinking psychologically why I've started to do a lot of things. Like I quit smoking probably like 3 months ago. I quit some other things all because my mom's condition got like really serious over the last, few months. And so I kind of felt like at one point, like I was smoking and like the thoughts weren't going away. I was still constantly thinking about her. And I was like, why even be high? Like, why even smoke? And like, what if she really needs you to like drive really far, like pick her up or like do anything like you're over there stoned or you don't hear her or something. So I was just like, I can't, and I tried to quit a few times for myself, but quitting for somebody else was so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know. It reminded me of that. Like if you like had to work out or your digipet would die, it kind of reminded me of that. I'm doing this for you, buddy.
Yeah, it's cool though. It's cool. You get to like, just hang out and see what they're doing. Like and you're trying to like challenge each other and shit like that. It's pretty fun. It's not too bad at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Did you see that Blue Origin space thing happen?
Blue Origin.
Quitting the weed.
What is this about?
When Katy Perry went up in space and shit with Gayle King.
When did this happen? Years ago?
What are you talking about? It's all over the news.
Like yesterday?
No, it was like last week.
Let me see. I heard last week was my mom's birthday, okay? I had family here. I was like off the internet for a while. You're going to have to give me a pass on this one.
Okay, that's fine. You didn't watch the videos?
No. Are they funny? Or are they cool?
Like, oh, dude, like, so they went to like not outer space, but they went, into space, right? Where it becomes dark and like whatever. Some people believe it's real. Some people believe it's fake.
Another fake moon landing?
No, they just went to zero gravity, right? And so there was like a dummy arm in the landing landing pod, like the way Bezos tried to open the door, like open the hatch to it.
Let me see if I can find like a snippet or something.
Oh, dude, it's just look up Blue Origin hoax or some shit. It's just so dumb. Who's doing this? Real or fake? So anyway, if you can watch some of this, like look at this. That's total CGI.
Yeah, that looks really CGI. I'm gonna have to like pause every like few seconds. We'll talk and then we'll like watch again, I think.
Monetized. Yeah, we'll just do it's under fair use, right?
I have no clue. All I know 100%. Is I get demonetized for everything, bro.
This is under fair use under the Act of 101. Look at that landing, bro. How hard is that landing?
That looks pretty rough. Hold on.
Look at this.
Oh, no, bro. Yeah. Those people are dead. They died. It's over. Katy Perry's not coming back.
Yeah, Katy Perry, a pop star, not even like an astronaut. Dude, people train their entire lives to do this shit. And we got Katy Perry supposedly up in space.
He says silicone ladies.
Yeah.
That's the only way she survived, bro. Sure
Yeah.
looked like a dummy arm in the landing picture I saw.
Yeah, look at all this stuff, dude.
Bullshit.
Just kind of watch some of it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That one, you're getting screwed up right there. Cyan bus. Oh, here it is. Watch this. So he's taking this key to open it. Like that key didn't do anything.
Hold on. No, he's just jiggling the handle, is he not?
Go way before it.
He's just jiggling the handle. It looks like he got stuck. Oh, he's using like a crowbar key, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever they're called.
But watch this. The door was open beforehand and then they shut it. Look at that before.
Why'd they shut it?
Because supposedly you weren't supposed to be able to open it from the inside. Because of the way it's sealed. Now go back a little bit. No. Not that far. After that. Right there. The door's open.
Yeah, for sure.
This is before he got the key. Before he even opened it the first time. It's wide open, and then they shut it. This is fake as everything about this is fake.
All right. Why though? Why? For the purpose of what?
I don't know. Because they think people are so dumb they'll believe it.
Oh, my dog's scratching at the door and nobody's helping her.
Go get her. Save her. Anyway, dude, Andrew, you're not dumb at all, bro. Smorg, you believe that this actually happened? To make it more dramatic, the theatrics of it all, a Jeff Bezos drama-filled situation here. You know who the richest woman in the world is?
Who?
Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Oh, well, damn.
Did you know that?
No, but...
Yeah.
Oh, that's so annoying. That's so annoying. You just got to marry somebody, you instantly become the richest woman in the world.
Dude, it's a hell of a deal right there.
I guess anyway,
keep watching. They got a mannequin arm in there, like fake mannequin arms and shit. Like, look at that thing. Now, they didn't have what they call re-entry, right? So it didn't have all the friction from the atmosphere to fight against it. But look,
these just supermodels. Who are these people all glowed up?
So one is actually a scientist. One is, I think, Bezos. That's Gail King. The one on the right is Gail King.
Her?
Yeah, she is a like a daytime
CNN
host.
reporter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got Katy Perry. Woman in the middle.
Her.
I believe is connected to Bezos, or she's an actual scientist, right? And I think the one on the left side of Katy Perry, I think that's Bezos's actual like new girlfriend.
I guess money can buy a lot.
So
nice.
They all went and Gail King is Oprah's bestie. So anyway, they were all like singing and shit. Katy Perry was. And she was doing her I could feel love all around and it was amazing and blah blah blah, just some California girl shit. It was so dumb.
So calling these women a space crew after they basically rode in an expensive carnival ride is akin to calling my kids drivers after they rode in their car seats.
That is true. It's like, if you think about it, like if let's say it was real, 100% real, they just did it for theatrics, like the landing and other things like that was all for theatrics or whatnot, right?
I don't understand why though.
To say they did, but like, I think, dude, like they're not astronauts, man.
That's a good point, Andrew. Like they have to also now pay other people to lie.
Yeah. You don't think?
Weird,
Well, so Katy Perry did go to
dramatic.
that into the I don't know what part of it was, but into the atmosphere high enough to where, you know,
feels like a social experiment. I feel like a lot of things lately have been social experiments.
Which is a waste of money.
Like, what can we do to convince the population to do something? Yeah,
Would you go to space? Like, if you could?
If they paid me, I wouldn't pay. For what? For a chance at death? I can die early doing a lot of things. I'm not
What
going
do you mean? But you go to space.
I can come back and what? Flex on who? Like, yeah, I went to space. Hell yeah.
You can see you could disprove the flat earthers.
I'm not talking to them anyways.
Okay, that's fine. Touche.
I don't know. If it was like really safe, maybe I'm rich. I'm just bored out of my mind. Sure. I got a lot of stuff to do, man. I got to get my workout in every day. I got my family to watch over. I'm not going to space for nothing.
I've always been fascinated by space, though.
It's cool. I like thinking about space.
I am way less scared of space than I am the sea. I am absolutely terrified of the sea.
The sea is pretty terrifying. It's almost just as terrifying, in my opinion. Because it's not bottomless, but you look down and it sure feels it. They said there was something, there was like some YouTube short I watched today. There's like some whale or shark or something, massive thing since it's been alive since 1685 or something like that.
Right.
I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Like it reminds me of there was like this Buddhist monk or whatever that has like achieved Zen and he's still alive just meditating, they say, on the mountain.
No, he's dead.
Maybe, probably.
He's dead.
I don't know. Can he come back and actually like be a human? If not, but he's still like got a heart that like beats once a year. Like, is that alive? Is that what we're aiming for? Is that fun? Is that life?
I don't know, man. Enlightenment.
I don't know. Maybe he's living a whole nother life in his head. He's got it all figured out. He's just like this COVID shit's crazy, but whew,
Daza D, the apes are finally off of Cardano, right?
What's up, Daza?
They closed the transfer period. So all the apes had to be on base.
Yep.
So now there truly is an abandoned ape society.
Yep. Ego boost, no point. People who spent years learning about the space and sacrificed all to study are sitting there watching this drama. Probably.
Correct.
That's how I feel being a Cardano person too. Everybody just like, oh, this chain is so stupid. You see what Charles did? And I'm just like, you don't understand. I've been here for years. You don't know, man. Yeah. Norden C, those reels with creepy music. Something like that. Yep.
Oh,
been a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Good old apes.
What else do you have going on?
Not much. I don't know. A lot just happened. So I'm kind of like, oh wait, my birthday's coming up. May 3rd. And yeah, my dad and my mom were supposed to go. I thought it was Vegas, so I chimed in. We'll get to that. But it's I guess like a gambling resort or something in South Carolina. My mom's friend, I don't think of it like Disney where you are given like a free stay, but you got to buy the tickets and pay all the Disney shit.
Right.
They got something like that. My mom's a huge gambler, loves gambling. So her friends were like, yo, let's take, you and Scott to South Carolina and we'll go gamble for a week. And he was kind of like, he didn't really want to do it. We're all tight on money. So he was like, I don't want to like spend any money. I don't really got any money, yada, yada, yada. Right. And I was like, that's going to be my birthday weekend. Like, screw him. Take me. I thought we were going to Vegas. You keep in mind. So I kind of wrapped myself into this situation of going gambling on my birthday weekend. So I don't know. I'm going to make the best out of it. But I really thought we were going to Vegas. I was so amped. And my mom was like, who are you talking to? We're not going to Vegas. I was on the phone with one of my friends. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So I'll be gambling in South Carolina on my birthday weekend.
That's cool, though. I mean, do you like gambling at all?
On meme coins.
No, but I mean, like, playing slots or like cards or anything.
I really don't. I don't
Really?
care at all. Yeah. I just wanted the experience. I thought going to Vegas would be dope, but I don't know. It'll be similar. I know that my mom and her friends are probably going to want to go to like some really nice restaurants and stuff. We'll only be there for 2 days. So won't be a big deal.
Yeah, that's the trade-off.
Yeah. Well, the trade-off is that I have to sleep in the same room as 6 other people.
That's awful.
It's going to be rough. It's only one night though. It's only one night.
Okay.
But I'm a sleeper. Like I don't snore. You might think I'm dead when I sleep. Like I don't make noise. I don't move. I lay on my back.
Yeah.
I am silent.
Yeah.
And I went on a date a while ago, like 3 weeks ago, and I slept over at this girl's house. Nothing happened.
Whoa. Okay. Hi-yo. Look at him go.
But she was snoring up, and she had a pug. She had a pug that slept in the room, and she was snoring too. And the pug and her were in sync snoring. It was the most annoying thing. I almost just left right there. If I didn't live so far away, I would have just left right there. I was triggered. I was like, I woke up so many times. Like, do you hear me breathing like that? Like, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, my wife thinks I'm psycho because I never move when I sleep. Dude, I'm a side sleeper, and I just sleep on one side the entire night. She's like, "What?"
Date with 2 pugs. Yeah.
Date with 2 pugs.
Yeah.
Hugs and pugs, baby.
No,
so you didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. It was an interesting day. I'll leave it at that. It was far away. I got slightly catfished is how I feel. She was who she says she was, but her pictures were a little outdated, right? And I just wasn't really feeling it, wasn't really feeling it. So
this is the stuff I really am interested in.
It was a far drive, dude. So like while I'm on my way over there, we're just kind of like talking on the phone, and she's like, you know what? It's a far drive for you. Like you can spend the night if you need to. And I'm thinking like, hey, yeah, it's a far drive. I'll spend the night, but yeah, man, it just didn't, I got there, and as soon as she opened the door, like all the spark and excitement instantly flushed out of my body. And I just felt bad because I didn't want to be rude, but yeah. So I thought maybe if I drank a little bit, she'd look like a number 1 or 2 higher. We started drinking, and then I'm far away and I'm drunk. So I called it good night. I just went to bed. Honestly, I was like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
But you drove all that way.
I did. I wasn't doing anything.
Well, when was your last date before that?
Years ago, man. Years ago. Let me tell you, that was also a part of the reason why I did it. I wanted to like knock off some of the dust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, I quit a lot of things when my mom got pretty serious. And I think quitting weed and like taking working out seriously again, it's like the testosterone that's been flowing through me has been extra. So I've been like motivated to just talk to a woman, whereas before I'd be like, bro, I'm focused on crypto and my job. Like, I don't need a woman. What are you talking about? Right. Because I could just smoke my way through it and like keep my mind kind of just like zenned out. Right. But now that I'm like doing all the normal stuff again, bro, I'm just like, bro, I got to find somebody. I am dying over here.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool though. Like you get more creative, right? The more you talk to people. And I feel like when you shell up and you just kind of are doing the same thing of not seeing anybody, not like interacting, like it's just bad. It's bad for you.
It was, and definitely, is bad for me. And again, like I actually had a decent time.
Not decent enough, I guess.
No, I think I would have felt bad if I did, because I knew right away I wasn't coming back. You know what I mean?
Like from your house to the date, like you thought she was going to kill you? No,
I didn't think she was going to kill me. I just knew I wasn't coming back to her house.
I can't say that. I can't say kill. I have to say unalive.
Whatever. No, when I first saw her, like when she greeted me at the door, I just kind of knew. I was like, that's not what I expected.
Well, was she dressed weird?
She was a country girl. First country girl I'd ever dated. She had like a country accent. I thought it was like kind of cool or whatever. And then met her, and I don't know. She had like I don't want to say nothing mean. You don't even know who I'm talking about, but you could tell that she smoked a little bit in her past. is all I'm gonna say. And that was not what any of the pictures has said. You know, you could definitely tell that she was like makeup caked on. Maybe they were a few years ago. I don't know. But beyond all of that, I really can get over a lot of things. But she complained the entire time I was there, talking about how people didn't like her, how like she was attacked, how her family doesn't want to see her anymore, how her dogs hate her. Like, bro, everyone hated her. And I was just like, so I asked her, you know, when you hear people kind of talk about, you know, like, oh, nobody likes me, you know, I'm just a victim. Like when you hear those type of things, it makes you think, especially when it's everyone, like your parents and your dogs. It's like they're dogs, you know. And so I just asked her, I was like, well, can you think of maybe something that you've done to maybe like cause some of this, or maybe you're acting a certain way, because like it can't be this many people. And she got pissed, bro.
Yeah.
She was not trying to be introspective at all. And so I was like, all right, if I can't even have that conversation with you, like, all right. I was already trying to give you a pass with the beer. Like, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Just
we could have got like an old fashioned out of it or something, you know?
I wasn't feeling it.
No?
She was too into me too early. So I felt bad. Like if I had done something, then she would like feel worse when I told her I'm kind of not coming back. So I don't know. Maybe I'm being too nice, but
on her back.
I just
what?
Yeah, that's what it was.
It's a comeback story. Listen, you got to shake it loose, buddy.
Hey man, we've been talking about some things off the stream. I can't bring the thing we've been talking about off stream on the stream quite yet.
Probably real.
Can't be talking about that quite yet. I don't even think BlindGirl doesn't even know. BlindGirl knew about the last date. BlindGirl doesn't even know what I've been talking to you about today.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. Maybe
That's
one
funny.
day I'll share it. But some crazy shit in the background, y'all. Wish me luck. Pray for me. I might be in the back of a van one of these days. Yeah, back to real life. Back to real life over here, looking at charts. Yep. What we making money on?
What are we making money on?
Nothing.
Eat O's.
Eat O's.
That's what we're doing.
I appreciate you, Foddy. Hell yeah. That's why I had a few more viewers in here. It's all you, Foddy. I always forget to tweet.
Foddy's hilarious.
And BlindGirl. Wait, this is BlindGirl.
Yeah, you can tell he's kind of under the influence right now. So are you still, hold on, not to be like whatever, but you're still on apps. Is that correct?
On apps, like dating apps?
Yeah.
Yeah, I downloaded like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay.
Just, I don't know, like, if people are only on one, or if they like, look, I don't know what the kids are doing nowadays. I am buckshotting, like you said the other day. I am just poof. You know, like, you want some poof.
Baby. I love it. It's a numbers game, brother.
And if one of them lands, cool, you know, I'll see what I was telling my best friend the other day too. I was like, I am not really picky right now. Like, I just want somebody who's going to be real with me. Yeah. You know, like I am kind of going to be surprised myself. Like, I'm not like, oh, I only date this type, or I'm just looking for somebody who's not going to be a total fucking bitch.
Yeah.
That's really it.
The bar is so low.
It's very low.
It's through the ground.
It's very low. The girl that I went on a date with had no job. Her house was in shambles, falling apart, had no family, no friends. I was willing to accept it if she just wasn't going to play victim. All I needed was
down bad. All right.
I was willing to vibe.
He's down so bad. It's funny though. I'm like, that's cool.
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. You start somewhere, right? I feel like this is like everybody takes your before and after pictures of working out. And I've been working out hard too, bro. I look good right now, but I'm about to look twice as good in about 3 to 6 months. I'm on my come up story right now. Y'all, I promise you. Don't settle for the bare minimum. You deserve the world. I love you, Chica. I love you. You just need to move to America, so I don't need to find nobody else. You need to find me Paola. Bring her over here. Tell her to dump her new boyfriend and come to the States. Dude, I don't know what it is with Macedonia. That's where BlindGirl lives. But every time she sends me a picture of her and her friends, all of them are 10s.
They're like Polish girls. Have you seen Polish girls?
I mean, we can Google it. I haven't seen Polish. I'm Polish.
Bro, it's insane.
Polish women. Here's how you really get demonetized.
Oh, boy.
Search up Polish women in broad. Just... Yeah, I don't know. These are just average women for the most part.
Okay. You went to a girl's house that was infested with dog piss and she had no job, and you're looking at this Polish lady like it was just average. What are you talking about?
Well, because like all these girls are like a 5, if not less.
What do you mean?
Look at this one.
Okay.
Look at this one.
Okay, maybe not.
Right?
But that's okay. That's not what I'm talking about.
And then look at this. What is this? What is this black lip?
Why not?
I thought, is this like a form of blackface? No, that's an X.
So you don't.
So she's not going to speak.
You don't like little goth girls? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think a goth girl might be attractive.
See?
It might be, but it depends on the attitude. I am an attitude person. If you have a rough attitude, I don't care how hot you are. You can fucking take the door. Like, I am not putting up with nothing. I don't care what you have, though. You don't need to be rich. You don't need to have a car. You don't need to even have a house. Like, I don't care what you have. You just need to not have an attitude.
Macedonia. Type in Macedonian women.
Oh, I will, bro. They're all beautiful. All right, this first few aren't a great depiction, all right? They're
okay, so costumes, it's like the Polish girls.
Blind girl, send me your friends list.
Listen, we got real actual ones here. Yeah, it's funny. That's good, though. I like their dress, the way they're dressed, bro. It's like old school.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Respectable, by today's standards. No, it's so weird that girls are some of the most beautiful creatures on earth, but like sometimes the most frustrating.
I think that's why, right? Because they don't. I'm not going to say this as like I will. It's men are forced to deal with their problems because everybody tells you what's wrong with you every day, right? But women, it's like, oh, she looks really beautiful. She'll mess up. It's okay. That's okay. No, it's all good. It's all good. We make mistakes sometimes.
Right.
I'll make up for it. You don't want to, lose the nookie you might get that night. You don't want to offend anybody. They look like these docile, friendly creatures who do no wrong. But it's just not true. And men, we got beards and we talk with a deep, we look like we don't have feelings,
Yeah.
I
just assume that I'm ugly as shit because my wife is never like, wow, you look cute. Whereas me, every single day, I'm like, damn, like I'm like, ooh.
I'll tell you, Brandon, you look fine.
I throw her a little compliment, a little compliment sandwich.
You have to.
But dude, I have no idea. Like I can only assume, But what charge? Are we looking at anything
specific?
Are we buying anything?
Nah.
I'm not buying anything right now.
I bought the dip weeks ago on crypto, or not even on crypto, on stocks.
Really. Yeah, stocks.
And, it is what it is. I'm either going to make the money off of what I've already bought and things will go back up, or we could very easily go back down. Maybe we enter a little bear market for a while. We'll have to see. A lot of it's riding on the Trump deal.
Yeah.
So
I think one of the funniest pieces of advice that I gave somebody, he just turned 19 and is finally eligible for 401k through the company. And I told him, start chucking at 401k, or whatever.
Yep.
And he's like, but I read that it's like really bad right now.
That's why you do it.
And I was like, yes, this is the best time to buy you will ever have. So
dump my bags. Yes.
So you need to start doing 401k and put it in there. So he's doing like $40 a week. That's it. But still $160 a month. I mean, you can't sneeze at that. That's not nothing.
No.
I told him, I said, it's going to take a long time, but once you get to your first 100K in 401k or whatever, retirement or whatever, after that, it just rolls. It like tumbles. It's so crazy how much compounding interest it will help at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we're not buying anything. We're just kind of sitting back, waiting for this thing to shake out, right?
Look, I honestly think Ito's could do a decent thing. But I already put my money in. I already made my 2X. I'm going to stay out of it. But these are really all I'm looking for. When we see Bitcoin holding above 90K, Cardano having 10% up days, I'm looking at meme coins. I'm not buying more Cardano. I have gone so heavy over the last 3 years in Cardano. I am set. Like not set. I could always use more. But I'm looking to grow my Cardano off of gambling with meme coins. And that's really all I'm doing. I'm doing plays. Like I said, I have more of a trader mindset, especially with Trump in here doing so many random things. The only thing that Trump has done that's 100% bullish is crypto, because there's no tariffs on crypto, right? He's gotten rid of a lot of the anti-crypto bills. He even created his own meme coin that's going to be using money to purchase ETH and other things, right? So I really can only be super bullish on crypto.
Yeah.
We'll see though. I mean, I'm loving a little. It says 4. Why does it say 4% day? Maybe that doesn't include like overnight.
Right.
I don't know. Regardless though, we're up decently. We're holding 70 pretty well. It didn't kind of like just go up and fall. We could easily fall tonight. This wouldn't really surprise me. Nothing surprised me anymore. But also, we kind of have a lot of room back to the upside.
Of course.
So
originally it was like a little cup and handle. It went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So now it's just consolidation and stuff. So
anything that people in the chat are buying, anything you're like, how could you not be buying this stupid YouTuber? You know, I'm sure there's
buying Tesla right now.
Yeah, for real. Tesla had earnings yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're up. Like if you look from yesterday, they're doing good. Nothing crazy, but you know, I thought they'd fall for
insane.
Sure. Yeah. This morning.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about? I guess that's still this morning.
Yeah.
Or are you talking about?
I'm talking about the dip.
The dip from 440, whatever, 480 down to 221.
Yeah.
Literally 50% and then some.
Right. Which Tesla's not going anywhere, dude. Like
no.
Tesla's not going anywhere, dude.
They might have a rough few quarters, but they were smart on the earnings call. They didn't let Elon talk. They had their Indian dude do the talking. I think he's Indian. That's the ethnicity like tone that I heard.
Okay.
And he seemed pretty bullish. He was talking about doing a lot of business potentially in Europe and moving away from China. They were talking about how I think it was like 85 or 90% of their solar panels and solar like business is in America, and talking about how a lot of their business is in America, so the tariffs won't really affect them at all. So it was nice. It was a positive spin on what they're going to be bringing to the table. Their cheaper model though got delayed. So I think they were trying to make a 25K sedan, and that got delayed. But apparently, I think the cabs, the taxis, are still to release in the next month or two.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. I don't want to like say that.
What is it? The Model 3? What is it? No, it's not the Model 3.
The taxis?
No. The delayed 25K model.
Let me see.
You know what I like? Like I'm obsessed with is the Volkswagen Vibe. Or Buzz. I'm sorry. The Buzz.
We'll look into that after this. Pivoted toward developing lower cost versions. It's either Model 3 or Model Y. And it might be just the SUV.
It's got to be a Model 3.
Yeah. One of those. But I think, is Model Y only an SUV?
Model Y, I think, was one of the first ones to come out.
Okay, cool. I thought there was a Model Y that wasn't an SUV.
Yeah. And it's like very sporty.
Yeah.
Had like Raptor mode or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, that's right. Voodoo was telling me about this. Excuse me. Bank having a Bitcoin mining shares for the next 6 days.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be participating in it personally. Bank has been killing it lately, though. I'm kind of getting FOMO just watching Bank do so many cool things.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to sell in Europe as all European auto manufacturers have their own 100% electric. They just aren't in the States. Yeah, we'll have to see. There's going to be deals made. Whether they're the best in the world or just average deals, there's going to be a deal made.
Right.
You know, I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't think anybody does. But for a fact, there's going to be deals. The other thing that I was reading on is that China with the WTO has been stealing from the United States and Europe for years. So there's something like 198 complaints to the World Trade Organization about China stealing intellectual property in both Europe and America.
Well, right.
So the example would be you spend $5 million on research and development for, let's say, a fidget spinner, some random thing. Right. And then it costs you $5 to make the fidget spinner and you want to sell it for 30, right? After you've done all your research and development. And so now you're down 5 million, but you're going to start making them. So then you're down the money you're about to start making them. And then you can start selling them for 30 to try to get your money back. Well, China will just steal that information and start making them for $3 because they didn't spend the 5 million on the research and development. They just stole it. And then they'll make it in China and they'll sell it to the people in the United States. So now that company that just spent all that money, that's a brand new company, it's about to start, is now immediately going to be in debt, can't pay its debt back, and is going to be a failed company, which hurts America because now that money can't be paid back and that business is being unfairly treated, right? So, and when we've told the World Trade Organization about these things, China's basically said, we're not going to do anything. That's a lie. We don't agree. And it's been like that for decades. And they've been doing it to Europe as well.
Yeah.
So I think it would be beneficial for both Europe and the United States to come together and force China to at least stop doing that, because that's supposed to be a part of the whole World Trade Organization's.
Well, right. But that's what happens when we start shipping like our manufacturing jobs there in like Mexico and stuff like that. It's kind of like, of course, they're going to have their workers look at what you're doing, put their own engineers in there, and then steal that information and create it themselves and sell it for cheap while not caring about your business, right? It's like, yeah, obviously that's what's going to happen, which is why you need to buy. And this goes for every country. You should really buy a lot of things from your own country, man. Like, that's just the way it is. I mean, if you don't have the natural resources to produce certain things, then yeah, of course, do imports and exports. But like, it doesn't make sense, you know.
I mean, we used to also buy stuff and it would last.
Right
now, I'll buy so many small little things like pens, pencils, or just anything, and they'll just break in like the first few days. USBs, charging cables. You'll get like a $5 charging cable from a gas station, and my charging cables will be broken in a few weeks.
Right.
And I'm not doing anything special.
No.
So I don't know. It'd be nice to get them to play ball. Also, China's been known to lie about everything, their performance, their earnings, their companies, everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't agree necessarily with like all of the negotiation tactics with tariffs and all that, but China does need to get its shit together a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully Europe could come together. We could do something together with them.
Hopefully.
I think that'd be cool.
I have to go pick up my daughter.
Oh, good.
I have to be there in 6 minutes.
Nice.
But BlindGirl said, what is the Cardano Foundation doing? Any updates on Cardano Summit? I think Charles opted out of Cardano Summit. I don't know what the foundation's doing. People were just kind of pissed off at the foundation, actually, because they weren't marketing enough. And people, surprise, surprise, are like not really too thrilled with like voting and governance and the way that it's going down in Cardano. But what else is new? I mean, it's been like that for a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't really been keeping up with them. I just know most people don't like them. They don't really do anything that, does anything but piss people off.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Andrew's saying you don't really see them here. Tesla's not cheaper there. I would get a Mercedes, Volkswagen, or BMW.
Yeah, look up the Volkswagen ID Buzz. It's my favorite thing right now.
ID or IV?
ID, as in, there it is.
Whoa, this is like a Tesla truck, Cybertruck. It looks just
my little baby right there.
This looks just as polarizing. Does it not?
I fucking love them. Look at that.
This reminds me, if the Beatles were alive now, this is what they drive.
Right. It's very much like the 70s one that came out, These things are cool. I like the.
I don't hate it. I don't love it.
Oh,
I'm not a big Volkswagen fan in general, to be honest.
I don't like anything really. I don't like the Jetta. I don't like any of that other shit. I have always loved these vans. Always.
Yeah.
Like even the original ones from like the 70s. I mean, you've seen them.
Yeah. The ones from the 70s are all right. They got that nostalgia, you know?
It was the same thing, dude.
No, it's all EV.
Maybe that's just not your color. Look at one of the other colors.
Can I click black?
No.
What the hell?
What'd you do?
It's making me pick choices. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
ID Volkswagen. What's it called again?
The Buzz.
Oh, is this it? Here's an orange one.
See? Dope.
The orange one, okay. Okay, it's kind of cool. It like shows off more of the two-tone. I feel like the blue is too bright.
Yeah. I feel that.
That doesn't look too bad. I like the orange, actually. The orange isn't bad.
Well, fuck, I gotta go, man. Or I ain't gonna make it.
Very cool. Volkswagen made in Mexico and driven. Yep. All right, guys.
Volkswagens are made in Mexico. That's really great.
I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Blind Girl. Haven't seen you in here in a bit. Appreciate you, Andrew. You also showed up for the Oblivion stream. That was dope. Daza, haven't seen you in a minute. Appreciate y'all. But remember to get outside, see your friends, see your family, here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time. Peace.